Hey guys, Shawn Fury here with Shawn Fury's Hero Training School. Just continuing our hero training video series today. We're talking about human need satisfaction. So I just wrapped up on empowerment and sufficiency, and now I want to talk about transparency. Transparency is another human need that you and I both have, and everyone has. It's a need for people to be themselves, both privately and publicly, right? Nobody likes to feel like they can't express themselves, and you hear this all the time in social media about people who are not permitted to be themselves, right? They're being disempowered, and or they're allowing people to disempower them, and they're staying hidden. They're not showing what they really want and need and feel and think, right, and desire. They're not really being themselves. They're not being creative. This can happen to a lot of people when they grow up in abusive families, right? We end up developing this false self, they call it, where instead of Shawn just being Shawn, the shining star that he was born to be, right, as a little kid, he's beautiful and smart and funny and playful and innocent. Instead of being that, Shawn learns that he needs to be whatever daddy wants him to be or whatever mommy wants him to be, so that he doesn't piss off mommy and daddy, right? Because if you make mommy and daddy upset, they're going to hurt you. They're going to come down on you. They're going to drop the hammer on you hard. And so you learn to only reflect to others what you think they want you to be like. And that's usually like them, right? In other words, they don't really want to make room for you to be yourself. So when I feel transparency, and transparency is the ability to be who I am at home, at work, at school, at church, and wherever I'm playing around with friends, right? To be who I really am without shame or fear. And when I'm doing that, people are likely to notice that I'm being honest and authentic, right? Authenticity means being the real thing, right? So you can't be transparent without also people noticing you're being honest and authentic. So when you're not being true about what you really think and feel, you're not presenting yourself the way you really are and what you really think. You're just saying what you think people want you to hear, or what you think that people want to hear from you. That's what I meant. Then you're not being transparent. You're being deceptive, right? So let me give you a couple examples of people who were heroic, because they intervened to keep these needs that I've mentioned all present in the environment. Okay, I mentioned Martin Luther King Jr. was a guardian of the good life because he facilitated equality of value for people in the community who had been treated with a lack of equality, right? So we are all familiar with Superman, right? In the opening scene of the movie Superman, Lois Lane falls out of a helicopter which crashes on the top of a skyscraper. And she's hanging there from the skyscraper, and the people down below are all looking up like, wow, look out, expecting the inevitable. Lois Lane is going to fall to her death. And when all of a sudden Superman comes out of the sky and he grabs Lois Lane and he carries her to safety, right? So Superman facilitated that experience of safety for Lois Lane and for those people below. And he did that by making the environment secure, right? He got the lady out of danger, and then he went and he made it so the helicopter wouldn't fall apart, wouldn't fall onto the crowd below. That's a guardian of the good life action, right? That's a guardian of the good life event. So you see the connection there? Guardian of safety. And safety is an aspect of the good life, right? Now, we're going to get more into that later. That's a concept by Aristotle. And the idea is that everything you do deep down is really about having a good life experience.